in a different way where he just goes like, he throws him on stage and he goes, and then I encourage violence. I encourage.
Good. Well, we're going to be seeing violence in this next match more than likely.
Yeah.
It's going to be Gibus versus Gio.
So this is one of the player matchups that I love talking about, just because of how different it's been. In 2015, Gibus struggled heavily with Gio, and I know this off the top of my head. He was 1-10 versus Gio in 2015. This year, Gibus is 7 or 8-1 against Gio, so it's been a complete turnaround since then.
And that might be why we're seeing the Lucina out of Gio. I know he has been going a lot of secondaries, but more recently I have seen the Rob come out of him. Most of the time he goes to secondary. It's one that I would expect out of him for a certain matchup.
It's well, I'm gonna quote him actually because I played him earlier today. Okay. And he said it wasn't necessarily that he's practicing secondaries or anything. He's just playing whatever character he feels like playing.
That's fair.
If he's enjoying you know, like if he's going into a game and he goes like, I'd like to play some Lucina, then he'll play some Lucina. He's more concerned with having fun right now.
Yeah, and his Lucina is no slouch either. It's not like these are like 4 glory counter picks or anything. It's not yeah.
I mean, and you can see right there, he spaced it perfectly into what I'm going to say is that he plays a brilliant Marth, too. I'd say possibly even better than his Lucina. He spaced that perfectly for a tipper, but he's playing Lucina, so it doesn't matter. Oh, great up smash.
Goodness.
Lucina is really good. People go like, oh, Lucina's bad, just play Marth. Lucina's not bad.
I think that it's a really similar to like the Doc versus Mario situation where Dr. Mario is a pretty dang good character. He's just not as good as Mario, so a lot of people give him the blind eye.
Yeah.
Similar situation with Lucina. Marth's a really good character. Lucina is also a really good character. She's just got
She just doesn't have the ability to kill at like
40.
Yeah, 40.
But instead of killing at like 120 when she misses a tipper, she'll just kill at 80 or 90 consistent.
Yeah. That's what the whole character design behind Lucina was, is that you want to be consistent rather than inconsistent. I couldn't find another word to use, so I'll just be a thesaurus over here or something.
You want to just do everything the right way. Like you want to hit the numbers the same every time instead of being super sporadic about it.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that in a world where Lucina was available in Melee, for example, I would say that Mewtwo King would probably play Lucina because that's more consistent and he can calculate everything better.
Maybe.
So, and that's another thing. People always go, why do you shield the shield breaker? Just don't shield when you hear that sound. But the thing is that when you associate shield breaker as an attack, and normally what you do against attacks is shield.
Yeah, especially when you're going up against a Lucina whose like whole motto is my moves, especially my aerials, very laggy. I throw them out on your shield and then I weep for the punish that I'm about to take. That's kind of the big mind game there is you have to sort of fade away with your forward airs. Maybe eat some percent if you miss-space a couple of them, but you try to make sure that, I mean, they get the memo that they want to shield those, and then you come down with a shield breaker and make them regret every decision they've ever made. The down throw up smash, I think perhaps missing a jump cancel, or accidentally jump canceling. But regardless, connecting and building up a solid
73% and climbing.
Unable to punish the RCO lag there because he actually grabbed the ledge, was stuck in a position where he couldn't punish.
I always find it interesting to see how people play when they have like an 80% lead and no percent versus like an 80% lead and like 10% on them. Yeah. Because when you don't have any percent on you, you want to protect that like it's your child. You want to be like, I want to kill you before you do any damage to me.
The second you take that 1%, suddenly everything is out the window.
Yeah, even if you take like 1%, like if Fox lasers you once, you're like, all right, it's on.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have to be super safe anymore. I just have to keep hitting you.
But that's the thing, is that some people just go, you know, they lose that 1%, and then they come after you with like reckless abandon. Which it's like, playing safe is good in this game. Continue playing safe. Pretend that you have 0% on you.
Right.
But like in the conserve the 0% way, not in the rush in and do a forward smash because they can't kill you way.
Very valid. There's two different schools of thought there with the pretend you have 0%.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gibus wanted to call out a roll back there, but Gio just sat in his shield.
He's been playing solid all day. Mostly been staying back, like you said, and waiting to punish somebody else's poor actions.
Gibus is really just... He's hitting Gio's shield and then trying to force an action afterwards or punish an action afterwards, but Gio is so content to sit and wait.
I'd also wonder if he can punish Gibus' recovery with a down tilt or if it's just a little too fast for him to be able to catch it with the 2-frame.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Lucario's peaks above the ledge or not, but I know it does have a hitbox as well, so.
Good recovery and missing that Aura Sphere. Ooh, great.
I don't think I've seen Gibus go for that before.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Ooh, okay.
Tagging him with the last hit of that up B, it's very weak. Won't be getting any kills, but out of shield right now, if Gibus isn't careful, that'll probably seal a stock.
I wish out of shield up B was a kill option in this game.
It still does kill, just at pretty high percents. At the edge, I believe it would.
Look at him perfect shielding that Aura Sphere, saying, you thought you'd at least get like 3/4 of my shield? Nah, son.
But then Lucario just comes in and uses a dash attack to seal it.
Because Raged Lucario is ridiculous.
Ooh, just
But so is Lucina
catching him
forward
running in.
smash.
That was the JD.
Lucina's forward smash, I would say Lucina's smash attacks are all very satisfying to land.
Yeah.
Like, just actually really landing any attack with Lucina is just very, like, it feels like it has intent and, you know, meat behind it.
Yeah, it's never that weak hit. It's
and
always
even when you hit the tippers with Marth, sometimes you're just like, you feel like you're swinging like a pool noodle with a grenade on the end of it.
Yup. Able to shadow sneak out of that side B.
Yeah, this is a great counter pick for Gibus. One, because it's Gibus and he'll love this stage anyways. And two, it's a good stage for Greninja. But three, it's a bad stage for Lucina because she can't really rely on sweeping her sword through platforms.
Valid point. Lucina is able to cover platforms really well, but she also doesn't come down very well. Her down air isn't very good at contesting people attacking below her. And if you're playing Greninja, you're going to prey on her landings.
Yeah. I mean, it really, neutral air is one of her best. Ooh, that's a dead Lucina.
Wow.
Seeing that Gio jumped and then did the side B, he said, all right, well, you're dead now because you have no momentum.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin that with my Hydro Pump. One-way ticket to the blast zone.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom blast zone, too. It's not like, 180% you're super dead.
Ooh, just connecting the forward air after. Usually we see them there. Perhaps he was trying to drift forward, or maybe he just wanted that forward air.
I think he just wanted the reliable damage.
True.
So that's something that Gibus loves, these flat stages with the flat walls against the lower tier players. Because when he sticks to the wall, they'll like unshield and wait for what he's going to do, and then he just jumps up and immediately does a back air or a forward air or something like that, and you get caught off guard.
But it just gives him more mix-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of only having a couple options from I'm grabbing the ledge and now you can pick which one to cover.
Ooh, that was sick nasty. Ooh. I didn't know he had a jump.
Yeah,
that
Dio
was
definitely held on to that jump. Was able to make it back. But desperate counter right there. Eating more and more percent. This is looking like an absolute reverse of last game.
I'm amazed that Gio has made it all the way to the winner semifinals with just secondaries, I'm assuming.
He could have been playing Rob.
Could have been.
Honestly, his secondaries are as good as most people's mains right around here.
Yeah. He's a very diverse player. I think someday he's going to know how to play every character.
So there he hops twice on the ledge just to try to confuse him a little bit. Right now, Gio's kind of bringing this back.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you've got to be careful against, against the Marth, Lucina, Roy types, is that, you'll be thinking that, like, all right, I've got like a 100% lead, so I'm just going to go in there and try to find that kill. But then a few good hits later, and the game's dead even.
Ooh, he caught the jump, but Gio was able to air dodge. He jumped and air dodged, able to avoid that forward air.
Lucina's definitely one of those characters that racks on percent, like, 12 at a time.
Yeah, so every trade that Gibus takes right now is not favorable.
Just takes, 9 or 10 hits. And now Gibus is going to be looking for that one hit to seal it out. Gio perhaps an F smash.
He has been landing quite a few of them.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not it.
Wow. Great high recovery. Thinking that Gibus was going to push him further out so that he could just drift in. Forward air won't connect. It's too high of a percent.
We are getting close to perhaps up throw up air or even just up throw percents. Yeah, very close to up throw.
Oh, with the
my
water.
Goodness.
Okay.
It's like, man.
So now we know.
Really enjoyed dying to hydro pump back there.
So if you've ever wondered why Greninja players will just do that after they don't get the kill, it does kill people.
Sometimes. Man, I like the slow-mo right here.
Slow motion up throw. Check it out.
Beautiful.
I love the creativity.
I mean, he goes for it a lot. That's the first time I think I've seen him actually connected on stream.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you can't get punished for it,
yeah,
keep doing it until it works.
You fly down to the stage at many miles an hour, so just go for it.
Man, that was 2 deaths due to hydro pumps, like exclusively.
That is, yeah.
Hydro pump shenanigans.
My hat does not fit over the headset.
If you're the kind of player that doesn't go for that as Greninja, you got.
Just do it.
Look at this. There was no risk involved.
If anything, they stay in the air a little longer.
No risk. Took 2 stocks.
No risk. Potential reward.
Yeah. High reward, too. I'm sorry, what?
Austin versus Gibus 3 weeks in a row.
Okay. So it looks like Winners Finals is actually set up to be Gibus and Austin for the 3rd week in a row. Last week, Gibus actually got his first set against Austin.
Yeah, he did, the first one.
Although he personally doesn't count it very much because there was like 2 SDs out of Austin and it was really ugly.
Hey, that's what happens when you're a player like Austin sometimes.
And a lot of people would say we take those, but
I take those all the time.
I mean, Gibus took it to get winner's side of Grand Finals. And he said, I have a set to play with.
I hate to admit it, but
and then he threw away that set, and then he said, I have a game. And then he threw away that game, and then he threw away the rest of the set.
I hate to admit it, but if I was like in a position where I was like in winner's quarters or further, I would be the kind of guy that pops off on an SD if it's a close game. I'm that kind of guy.
I don't know if I would pop off on it. I'd probably be really disappointed, honestly.
You don't know. You've not been in that situation.
You're not wrong, but
you just don't know. Like
I've
for example,
never been happy for my opponent to SD in a game.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, in my head, you know, there's like the thing where it's like in my head, if somebody, you know, tries to mug me, I'm gonna like, you know, kick out their legs and run. But you don't know in that kind of position.
You're right. I can't say for certain, but I do know that of the many tournament sets that I've played and had opponents SD, I've never been happy. It's not fun, because we're playing a fun game and having good times, and then you died for no reason. And I'm like, I didn't do anything.
I take this game too seriously.
Rad.
All right.
Okie dokie.
So we are going to hop off the microphones. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, of course. Always a pleasure.
I shake your hands as we go to potentially play friendlies off.
More than likely, if there's a setup. I don't see one, but we can find one. But coming in to switch off for us is going to be FX Dash.